I'm back with Rachelle, and before we go any further, I want to make mention of your website, RachelleVanRyssen.com. She is an author. We haven't
.ca.
.ca, excuse me. .ca. You can get her books. She is an author, and many different books there that you can get. If you are interested in having her maybe at a women's meeting at one of your churches, she is available to come and minister and provide humor to everybody around her. And so, Rachelle, before the break, I mentioned in 2000 you were diagnosed with MS.
Right.
Paint us a picture on that day. What do you recall?
This is a Christian TV show.
Right? It is, yes,
okay. It is. The thing is, I had the normal meltdown, I think, for that day. I remember my husband and I going out to dinner after, thinking that we were just going to go out to dinner, and sitting there not eating and just kind of absorbing what had, and we just said, you know what, let's just go home. Yeah. Let's go home. But here's the thing about being diagnosed with MS.
First of all, why, for those of maybe who don't know what MS is that are watching, why don't you explain what it is?
So MS, it's funny because right now they're going through a little bit of a change of what it might be, but what I've been taught is that it affects the central nervous system. Okay. MS leaves plaques and lesions on your brain. There's so basically, picture a light bulb, and probably most people have seen the light bulb that the wire's got a little bit of a crack in it. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and if you shift it back and forth, you can make it blink on and off. That's what MS does to our body. So I can have a thought to move my foot, and that thought I don't think is getting there, but it goes and it goes and it goes, and then suddenly it gets all the messages that I tried to move my foot, and it'll either kick out or spasm, or it just might not get that message at all.
Kind of a scary diagnosis then.
Well, extremely scary diagnosis, except for when I was being diagnosed, they said to me they weren't sure if it was ALS or MS. Now, ALS is Lou Gehrig's disease, and on average you live about 5 years. So I'm probably the first person you'll ever meet that was a little bit happy to have MS.
Oh my. Yeah, really,
exactly. Like, I can live with this.
Yeah, so back to that day when you were diagnosed.
Yeah, so we went home. I was not happy about it. I was an athlete. I fully expected to have children and be very physically active in their lives, you know, be the coach mom, not be their soccer mom. I wanted to be the actual coach. Yeah. I wanted to be part of their baseball teams and teach them tennis and do all of those things. And our life hasn't been about that. But God takes those moments, and He took all that energy that I had physically, and He turned it into more a spiritual energy that I now look back